made it to Thursday, and that's all that matters. Today, we have a hot show tonight. I have the original, okay? That's the original thing, okay? But we got Taa in the building tonight, all the way from Social Hour, and it's about to be a lit show. We're going to be talking business, brands, and I'm going to have a little gossip, y'all. You know, it's always, it's going to be a good show. Y'all don't want to miss it, okay? Of course, plenty of the oxtails. That's okay. Hey, so we are going to get our in here. Let's see y'all in the back. Yes, indeed. You already know Throwback Thursday, Turn Up Thursday, the Library Podcast Thursday with me, the one, the only. I put the mic, hey, the Pineapple Princess. Tonight, like I said, we have a hot show for y'all tonight. We have OG Taa in the building talking about a whole lot. So let's get her in all the way from Chicago, you know, Chi-Town. You know. Let's get her in all the way from Chicago. Yes, indeed. What's up? What's up?
Hi.
How are
What's
you?
up, baby?
How are you? Yes. Come on, Red Cup.
Yes, you know, red cups because I got a dishwasher and now I got a water bill because I got a house and we ain't about to do that.
Okay. Yes, honey. Yes,
Yeah,
honey.
I'm right with you with the.
Yes, Casamigos, I got this. Mine just looks a little different, but you know.
You got some of mine. We should have did this together.
Yes.
I love all of it.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to first start off by saying thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you
and
for having
being
me.
available because I'm
because you know I watch your show and I post it all the time. Even if I don't get a chance to watch that particular episode, I'm gonna post it because at the end of the day, somebody could have caught it when I didn't, and that's what it's about. Supporting each other. That's really all it's about.
For real, which we don't see a whole lot in Chicago.
It ain't a lot of support like it should be, but hey, we're gonna do it for the Black women. We're gonna do it for the Black businesses. We're gonna do it for each other.
Period.
Hopefully, we set a trend and people get more into that, especially here, because it seemed like people be ready to support people in different states. And meanwhile, Chicago got some amazing, beautiful people. Chicago is the reason I am what I am. So,
yep.
But yeah, thank you for having me. Cheers.
No problem. Cheers. So I want to first start off by you just doing a brief intro of yourself, what it is you do, your brand Social Hour, and just kind of tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm actually not from Chicago, and I guess people get real technical these days. I was born in Harvey, raised in Country Club Hills, went to Hillcrest, you know, south suburbs mainly, and I moved to Chicago when I was 18, and I went to Chicago State. But I started my brand after coming to Chicago because Chicago, I've seen so many great ideas, great people, and to see, so working for people is one thing, but to see Chicago people like get together, create these brands, and then pass down the knowledge to, you know, children or even, you know, little teenagers or whatever. You got kids and our generation under us wanting to do more because they see how successful you become, and you wasn't stingy with information. You showed us. You know, you showed us how to do it, and that's what I appreciate the most. Chicago breeds real hustlers, and I learned that. One of my favorite brands, which is one of my main inspirations, is Life's a Hustle, because I ain't never ever been able to describe it and like that. Like, life really is a hustle. And if you come from Chicago, like the owner of that, shout out Jackpot, like if you come from Chicago, like it's a different type of hustle in you. Because you'll go from having one business and being like, you know what, that didn't work, I'm gonna have to get on the next. So I just really got my drive from that, just not wanting to always work for somebody, seeing all these beautiful Black people do these amazing things, and being here in my state/city.
Yeah, this show city.
Girl, you know how they get. They put the map, be like, what Country Club Hills at in Chicago? And
girl, no, Country Club Hills is right there. I thought you were going to say like Champagne.
Girl, no.
Girl, there's Champagne. That's
right down the street. You just don't want to give me my credit, my love. You know.
Yes, indeed. So, with your brand, Social Hour, Give me just an overview on what it is you guys do.
So my brand is solely me now. I was working in a past relationship. I was working with my ex, and we were doing everything together. We were at home putting in the work. Now it is just me, which is fine because I started this business by myself. This business is under my name. I'm outsourcing a little more, but it's street. It's clothes. It's ideas that I come up with, and watching so many different people create ideas and how crazy it gets and how attracted I am to it. It was a motivating factor because it's like, oh damn, I could have thought, just like we were talking about the Cosby, I could have thought of the Huxtable idea, put the whole Cosby family on the day he got out of jail and sold 10 shirts that day. And I just learned that being here in Chicago, like people have that type of mindset where they working. And that was something that was important to me. A lot of people have negative connotations when it comes to owls already. A lot of people used to associate when you see an owl, somebody's gonna die. You know, like, oh, it's darkness when you see owls. I love owls. You always think about it though, when you see paintings and pictures, y'all want to paint owls, you know, and they don't want to, you know, use the oxymoron as social owl because you put those two ideas together. Somebody that's social, you know, somebody that's out here still wise, still mysterious, still fierce, still all of these things that you're going to associate with owls, minus the bad stuff. So that's kind of where it came from. And the idea of me, you know, going out and seeing people wear something that represents me and what I like, and they like it too, that was another thing, because people sit at home all day and think of ideas, and a lot of times they don't share them because they're scared that people are not going to catch on to it. You know, they're scared of their own progress. And I wasn't afraid after I saw how successful so many of our peers were and how they were so willing and able to pass along that information. So it's just me, social hour. We're gonna have jogging suits, we're gonna have jackets, we're gonna have men's, we're gonna have women's. The kids, I have god kids now. I have a goddaughter and I have nieces now. And all my friends have children. So everybody, okay, get some kids' clothes so I can buy a shirt about my baby. And that alone is important to me. When I go outside and I see, like my friend was at the airport and she sent me a video of her walking through the airport with my jogging suit on. I was in tears, like, wow. So people probably like, oh my God, where'd she get that from? And she like, my friend, you know, so that's really what it's all about for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now I want to first say that for those that have not seen the Social Owl logo, you are wearing it tonight. And a lot of times people put shirts together or they put a clothing brand together and it makes a lot of sense to them and it's a cute idea, but it's not aesthetically pleasing. This logo is something you can wear with almost anything.
Yes.
And it's actually very user friendly because a lot of people just put something on there, but it's very like it can be on a polo or it can be on your jogging pants, or if you're wearing like a little jersey dress. So I really love that idea that you put together, and I really love the aesthetics of it, and that you're not afraid of colors. I see you have the orange.
Because if you remember, I used to only wear black. I wore black for about 5 years straight. I remember when we met, we were kind of shooting this shit about it. But like, I used to wear black nails, all black clothes, black toenails. I didn't care what nobody said. Not a man could pay me to get my nails a different color than what I wanted. Like, and it was hard for me to step into color. So getting into color and actually looking good in it and liking the way it came out for other people. I notice when I make my stuff for myself, like I grab the black tee, you know, but that's just me because, you know, it's my brand and I want to offer y'all all these colors. I can always get, you know, but I had to step into those colors because I didn't used to be comfortable in colors. So it was a good transition for me as well as far as my fashion goes, because now I want to wear my yellow shirt. I want to wear my orange hat. I want to wear my blue, you know, so that's really, you know, I want to have so many different colors and styles that people feel like they got an option. And like you said, they can throw it on anything. And my brand is about being able to be versatile as well. Because if you're a woman or a man, you should be able to, you know, feel comfortable like, oh no, that's too girly. I don't want that. And a lot of guys do that. Like, oh no, that's girly look. But the support has been very, very unisex. So
that's awesome. So you gave us a brief history of the brand. You talked a bit about the start, and a lot about what kind of gave you that push, but what is the passion and the drive behind it? Because a lot of times we get that drive because we want to do it, but we lose it amongst the way. And you said this is something you originally started with a partner and kind of
So
ventured
I
off
actually,
into
let me correct myself. I actually got my LLC and everything way before I started producing anything. So it was months and months had went, past. But my partner at the time just motivated me to stop sitting on it. You got all these ideas, you got all these mock-ups in your email, put it together. So once I actually sat down and did the legwork, that made it a little better. But the main thing was for me to get into an entrepreneurial situation because COVID happened. A lot of people lost their job. I started a job, had to quit that job, but at the end of the day, COVID made a lot of people realize that you're gonna need another avenue of money in case of another pandemic or something that can happen that would really cause detriment to your whole family. So when I was looking at that, I'm just like, it's already hard working for people. I hated working for people. I was a banker for a long time at a bank for years, and it was just like working for somebody. When I quit my job, it was when I went into work every day with an attitude. Now I'm mad at everybody just because I hate my job. And every time I go on Walgreens, I say that. Like, I worked for Walgreens as a manager for a very short period of time because I saw very quickly, like, every time somebody come in here, they're going to get attitude. I'm upset. I don't want to talk. They got me in here slaving from here to there. I don't want to talk. And when you uncomfortable with a job like that, you need to leave because the world don't need to be in your negative energy at all. So that's kind of was like, okay, you can start your own business. There's so many people out doing it. You got so many avenues. And then Sweat Spots too. I think you interviewed her before too. So she was offering a branding class. That was the first step I took. And I got the LLC, booked the class with her, met her at her store. But that all of that support and available, like, I got this right here, I could do this, I got this right here, it was no reason for me not to start my own, or not to, if it's something that I was passionate about, not to push forward and go forward with it.
Awesome. So being a Black female entrepreneur in Chicago, what is a piece of advice you would give to the next person just like you?
Don't expect the support that you give. Focus on the support that you get. I have to teach myself that because I support so many people, and I wasn't so much as hoping. I was just wishing, like, maybe, if I put out great content like that, they would support, or they would bite, or they would. Some people are just not. So it's not their style. Don't feel bad about the ones that's not supporting you. Pour into the ones that are. So I would tell anybody that's trying to, like, do not get discouraged about support because you got it. It's your, it's you. It doesn't matter who does support you. Look into the ones who do, and then do every day when you get up. You can't be like, oh man, I got to do this for myself. No, you're doing it for the fans that you already have. And if it's 5 people in the crowd that love you, you better give them 5 people 1,000% you, because they loved you enough to support you or comment. So I learned to just take heed to that. Like, don't worry about what you ain't got, worry about what you do got.
And that's
it definitely changed my mindset. It's definitely more beneficial.
Yeah, a lot of times businesses start on the expectancy of friends. Friends you may have had for 1,000 years, family that that's your blood. And a lot of times you find your best support maybe mother you don't know from a can of paint, and then you build lifelong relationships and lifelong friendships, and even further than that, partnerships and business relationships off of
that. I used to have to beg my ex to wear my clothes, and I was wearing that person's items all day and night. So at the end of the day, I can lay with you every night and you're not supporting my line. I can't think about you now. Now my focus is going into another direction because you're not feeding into me, but so at that point, I don't care about you. I make clothes all day. Your mama, sister, cousin, or brother may like it more than you, and they may want it. So I'm not going to ever stop because of that. So I definitely tell people, please don't stop, because family, friends, if you are a person that wants to be generous, give out what you're going to give out. Be generous. Like, I give my family, like my sisters always try to pay, but I try to give people free stuff because they're my family. And if anything, they might have a following base. They might have some people that they might go more places than me. And then when somebody sees them, they're like, damn. So I never minded, that. But like, I remember when another person said, and I can't remember who, but they were like, don't give celebrities and those people free stuff because they're not the one, they're rich, like, they're okay. If you doing that out of generosity, all right. You doing a giveaway, all right. But make people run the support back. Just like you can go somewhere and buy that shit, make them run that support back. That's what this shit all about. If you support me as a Black woman, as Taa, as whoever, you're gonna run that shit back if I'm giving it to you all the time. But yeah, absolutely.
I think you hit a point, and I wanted to get into, and we were going to talk about that a little bit later on the show, but you jumped into it. You said it, and I wanted to just take it. You said that your ex, a previous ex, did not wear your clothes, and I think that a lot of times as business owners, especially as women, you know, we expect at the minimum our mate or our partner to be the most supportive, because a lot of times it's and I know just as Black women, we die hard for our mate.
Okay.
We going, nigga, if you shaking salt on fries, nigga, this the best salt shaking out. You know
the world, Craig. Okay.
Yeah.
So the video and that girl was like, "That's my man. I'm gonna stand by him." But you know,
I'm gonna stand beside.
Realize that when it's reversed, ladies, we can't get this skirt. That don't mean he ain't love me. It don't mean he ain't fuck with it.
Yeah.
It just meant it wasn't his purpose, or it wasn't his.
See, now for me, that's not love.
To me, that's how I felt, and that's why. But I'm trying to get somebody else a different objective, because I'm emotional, you know, sometimes, and I try to keep it together. So it's like, maybe I look at it like this. Maybe he really just didn't fuck with it. Or maybe he really just, you know, whatever the case may have been, you know, I would have expected that type of support, and it wasn't there, and it's okay, because you're not here now, but my line is still here. You see what I'm saying? So that, I feel like you got to die into your purpose. Like you got.
Yeah.
Because if you're worried about all the small factors around it, you'll lose yourself and your company, your brand, your everything you work so hard for, your reputation, everything.
And I think a lot of times, speaking on purpose, when we get into our purpose, we'll see that people we once loved or kept around are no longer serving their purpose in our lives, because we're working on our true calling and our true purpose. So I think for me, that was a big portion in like just dating. When I seen somebody didn't support, especially niggas love, I got a mixtape dropping in there, and I'm gonna play this shit may be trash.
And I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna sing it in the car, and I'm gonna know the lyrics, because I'm gonna keep rewinding that part. So when I play your shit on my page, these motherfuckers think I fuck with your shit, even though you was my homie from before this shit.
Yes.
So, baby, I'll be in the car like, let me rewind, get these last few parts. Any, mini, money, mo, this my nigga go. Like, at that point, I'm gonna do that, because this is my friend. Like, I don't.
Yes.
So my loyalty and my support, I can't expect from nobody else at all. Like, I can't expect y'all to fuck with me how I fuck with y'all. I don't want y'all to do what you do. Like, don't try to be a different person for me, because if that's the type of person you are, God showing me how to put y'all in y'all places. Y'all gonna be where y'all gonna be. I'm probably be at the top, but no, I am gonna be at the top. Excuse that, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what are some of we talked a little bit about the support, but aside from that, what are some of the things and obstacles that you've come across in starting your own business?
I think transitioning from doing it myself to dealing with these vendors and these people that all of our Instagram friends recommend to us, they are not as reliable as they say they are. And I instantly want to support the Black business. I instantly want to go pick up my clothes from 67th instead of downtown or Joliet, because at the end of the day, if my people got it, why wouldn't I go to them? But the problem is, I pay for some shirts and I'll be waiting on them. And you would tell me you can pick them up. I'm telling people I got them. They coming. People don't. And then people, when they fuck with you, they gonna send the money. They all right, here go my shirt. Yeah. And now I'm chasing down 2 or 3 places where my patches at, where my tags, so it's different when you're dealing with that. And then sending things off to get printed and then having to wait for them to come back. You know, you just gotta find better options and don't get suckered into, you know, dealing with that. Because one instance I had a place, I paid for some shirts and it took them like 2 months. Like they didn't give me no update to my email, even though I was quoted 5 to 7 days. Now I'm emailing y'all. Oh, our machinery is down. Meanwhile, all right, I want a refund. It's been 2 months. All right, well, we're going to have to give you $40 a week for the next 3 weeks, because we used your money basically to fix our machinery. Like that type of shit I'm not into. Don't recommend me no place that's moving like that, because my business, that's not gonna help for my business. Like people are expecting a lot from me and I'm expecting a lot from myself. And one thing you don't wanna, that's why it is a good investment to have those materials and to have a storefront, or, you know, to put yourself in a position where you can take control naturally and fully of your business.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a big goal of mine next.
Yeah. I think a lot of times too, I actually ran into that issue and I just jumping out the window because I always wear lipstick. And I was like, I want to really craft a lipstick brand because I suffer from a skin disorder that makes my lips a different color. So I've been wearing lipstick since I was like 10. And so I was like, oh, let me do going to vendors, trying to get things made up. 2-3 days, they told me what the price gonna be. They were sending me swatches literally within a week. I was picking out different swatches, got my labeling. I took care of all the things on my end and sent my money. Months and months later, I'm still waiting on product. Like, I don't want to start promoting this shit.
So that shit that y'all pulling with the COVID is over. Like, it ain't none of that. Amazon done hired 17,000 people. I done seen it.
Period. And got a whole nother facility.
If a major corporation like USPS has got their shit together in this pandemic and now it's ending and everything. Okay, so why are we dealing with things like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I definitely can attest to like not being cool with that shit. My cousin ordered a shirt and she live in Houston. It blew me that the shirt came back. Because I guess I spelled something wrong, or no, my friend Aurora, my Texas package was good. My friend stay in Aurora. How long that shit took? We could have linked up and fucking right down the street to put that shit together. But it was me trying to, you know, use my new packaging and use, you know, and do this. And it's just like, I'm not okay with the excuses for shipping. I'm not okay with half-ass businesses. They're out here promoting. They got all these followers and people thinking they're so amazing. And then I'm sitting over here. Y'all ain't got a number to call. You got to chat to whoever. That shit is ridiculous. So like I said, like that is definitely one of the biggest struggles that I ever had to do. Outsourcing.
That's awesome. So, what do you have coming up next?
So right now I do have another shipment of shirts that I'm waiting on, but hopefully those will be here soon. And then I'm gonna actually start. I've been already doing designs for it, but I'm starting to get my fall stuff ready. One thing I learned from one of the a prestige designer here in Chicago is that plan ahead. So I'm actually already working on my fall and my winter collections because I want to do like a trench coat. I want to do like different things that, you know, it won't be as loud as far as like t-shirt graphics. It'll be something more sophisticated that, you know, you can put a little social out. Like you said, this is so unisex. I can have the polos for the kids for school, you know, just like, look, you know, so it's just so many ideas that I have for the fall and the winter that I'm putting into play right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell the people where they can find you, where they can purchase your items and everything.
So right now you can DM me on Instagram and Facebook. There is someone currently working on my website because the person who started it didn't really do much for me. So I have somebody else working on it, which is fine. Whatever. Yeah. People have shit going on in their life. So just try to move around. But yeah, he's working on my website. So now people can see the inventory and see what colors they want and see, you know, go in there and put it in the cart. And I'll get those. So I'm new at this. I'm seeing all of my friends do it. And I got a lot of friends that have clothing lines, like I said, but like I'll see their page and boom, a whole bunch of orders because they have their website together. And so that's very next for me. That's like the most important thing to me right now is fixing the website. Because I want people to be able to go to social out, But right now, DM me, Facebook message me. If you're in Chicago, I'll meet with you or I'll ship it if it's your preference. If you're out of state, I definitely ship. I normally don't charge for shipping because shipping hasn't been that big of a cost for me. And I'm so grateful for all the support I get right now. So that until like when it's online, it's going to be a little different. But, you know, right now I just try to keep it, you know, comfortable and try to keep it moving and keep everything steady. Because that's hard too, because when stuff sell out and you got people like, do you have this size? I got to go in my second bedroom and look for when my website could tell you like, all right, she got 4 larges, you know, so that's how I kind of want to do it now.
Okay.
But until then, feel free to DM me. Any Facebook or Instagram. I do have a Twitter. I'm not as active on Twitter as I would like to be, but definitely.
Okay, and then the hats, you're selling the hats as well?
Absolutely. I got a bunch of hats. I have dad caps and bucket hats. Um, Different colors: blue, orange, red, yellow, tan, cream, white, black, a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different hats. So those are also available for shipping or
Awesome,
pickup.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we're gonna get into some mess.
Yes, and thank you for allowing me that platform to talk about my business. You are
No
amazing. I watch
problem.
your podcast. So I see how you do it with people. So I appreciate it. So thank you.
No problem. Thank you for coming. You know, for me, one, black female businesses, and I could be biased because it's my own platform. Black female businesses always come first. Then,
Yeah.
of course, black businesses and black entrepreneurs and black
Shout out,
leaders.
hey, Miss Carter on here. I got a hat from her. She is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, Shades by Jay, all of that. I mean, I meet so many. It's like I want to give a little quick little section. Like when I started the idea, like, oh man, they dope. They got a clothing line. It was here in Country Club Hills. And I forgot that because it was called work, and it kind of it didn't do what I expected, as far as like I expected a more maybe bigger social media preference, but they worked the streets, baby. They came and pulled up with shirts. It just said work on it. Don't be late for work. Work is the new. It was one of my favorite things. And by me going to high school with them, I just adored it even more. And like I said, Life's the Hustle, Deja, Sweats by Stu, Two Wise, the Bishiani, like Shades by Jay, like these are all people that literally have like been like I'm either looking at or like admiring because of their work, the things that they put into, and taking a second out of my day to look at your page because I want your inspiration. I want to know what can I do to better myself, or what I could take from just watching and learning from you as a Black business owner, especially Black women business owners.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So let's get into some more shit.
Yes, indeed. So let's have a little cocktail. Everybody at home, hope you got a shot. Get your shots ready. Okay. And I'm going to pull up this list here. Everybody at home, hope you got your glasses ready. Shots. Here's to the floor that held us up when no one else would.
Amen.
So, since we're already talking about businesses and things like that, I kind of wanted to get into this because this is something that I've recently been experiencing. And I've been hearing a lot of other, especially females, talk about, as far as businesses, they'll purchase something or they'll go get a service, and this business is expecting them to either post them or, a lot of beauticians, if they do your hair, you're automatically expected to take a picture and they post it. You may not got your lashes done, you may not got your makeup done, you may not be that comfortable on social media. Or you get your makeup done, they want to instantly take a picture, boom, here, and you may not like your skin, should you have to tag a business on social media or a beautician if you have purchased their service?
I believe that if you are proud of their work or proud of your product or service, I believe you're more prone to post it. All right, do you have to? No, because in experience, people have posted my stuff and didn't tag me. Not sure why, especially like the type of people be like, I know you, like, why would you tag?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't know that some people may not want that on their page and asking, maybe it's if people are maybe shy and you tag them, then everybody going to their page, and now they tag, looking at all their stuff, and now they got new followers. I don't know what the reason is, but I feel like if you are happy with your product or service, even if you take a picture and it don't super display. Like one time a girl did a ponytail for me and it was nice. I took one picture, you really couldn't see it, but during that time I didn't have the time, or I wasn't taking that many pictures. So I don't know. I didn't want her to feel like I was dissatisfied with my service. But when I did post videos and stuff, I didn't want to tag her at the club and stuff, and all you see is me rubbing a ponytail, stroking a ponytail. But I also want to be respectful to you and your business. So I feel like it's kind of like, if you got a good reason, I can understand. But if you're proud or if you're supportive, that should be one of the first things you do. If I support you, how am I supporting you without allowing people to know where or who I got this particular product or service done or from?
Yeah. I think for me, So like with hairstylists and stuff, I just stopped posting altogether just because I don't want nobody to feel like, because there's been some hairstyles where I love the hair, but not how they put it together. Or I loved how they put it together, but the way it was colored was not cute. Or, it's just been several different. So like with hairstylists, I kind of stick away from that. Even honestly with like MUAs and like actual personal services, I kind of stick away from those. It's been like maybe one that I posted. I'm like, this was fine. And that was because she did my makeup before concert. And when I say within an hour, she had me like laid. And
Yeah.
so, but
see, I just tagged my makeup artist on a video of herself. As far as support go, like, I don't just got to be me, because when she did my makeup, I took a couple pictures, but you might not have been able to see, her, so I'm that type of person though. I'll go back and I'll be like, hey, hit this person up if you, and I mean, we've been following each other for a long time, so you kind of know how I am on that. But yeah, I'm always like that. Like, if I love something, or if I can't put it to, if I didn't post a picture in my ponytail, I would have took a picture took a picture from her page. It was like, if you seen me in the last 4 days before this shit fell down, this the lady who did it. Because at the end of the day, you want to allow them the opportunity, especially if you got a lot of compliments on it. Yeah. Like the young lady who does these, I've been to her several times. Like, I mean, almost every year. I think I missed last year because we both had like a scheduling thing. Like, she's always professional. Every time she do hair, I'm gonna tag it because I appreciate it. Even when she do like a page where she just posting different styles, I'm gonna drag that and put it on my page because I support what you're doing, and unconditionally. A lot of people don't understand that. If you really support somebody unconditionally, that's what it's about. Nothing else.
Yep. And I think that's the thing too, and just so it's one thing to, and I tell people all the time, like there's been people whose services or I have not gotten, but I may know them personally. This may be a friend, or this may be someone who I'm just like, this is fine. I may not be doing it right now, or it may not be something that look good on me. Absolutely. But it's fine. And I think a lot of times, especially, and I don't even want to just single it to Chicago, but I think in our community, period, we a lot of times don't really show that unconditional support. Exactly. I think it's really, I don't know if it's the crabs in the barrel mentality, like, but
it'd be so much extra bullshit involved with that. Because I'm like real honest, like I was about to say, like my sister, she has a skincare line. I have eczema. I got eczema in 2013. I was already grown. My skin is very sensitive. I can't wear her stuff, but I'm gonna post it. I got her business cards. I take them wherever I go. I'm gonna do it because that's my sister. That's my blood sister. If she was selling y'all cheesecake, I would sell it to y'all. But everybody know I don't eat sugar. I don't like sweets. But I'm gonna tell y'all this the best cheesecake. I done tasted it. It ain't no fingernails in it. Boom, now I can promote you. So I think it'd be a lot of underlying bullshit why people do that, because I think that support, unconditional support, is natural. Yeah, conditional support is where people are not posting you because she might like my guy, or I know her. I went to her. She fat, or she's this, or she's ugly, or she doesn't have her eyebrows looking this way. So I'm not, and it's weird, but it's true. Like it's crazy, but it's true. Like people will really not support you over the most minuscule thing in your life. So you ain't post me because of the time you saw me in the club and I was drunk and didn't know who you was, but you spoke to me and I was like that's how people will be. And you will be thinking like, damn, I like. No, don't ever doubt yourself. That's some bullshit right there. That be that underlying bullshit that I really complain about. Like, I ain't gotta beg you to do that. It should be unconditional. Yeah. But it's weird.
I think that weird energy, especially like I find that a lot amongst females. Females,
more so female.
Or you may try to take my business. We can all sell bean pies.
Have you ever heard of a pop-up shop? They have 17 different motherfuckers in there selling the exact same thing with a different name. And guess what? Out of them 17 people, all 17 of them going home with some money. I seen it before I even started doing this shit. When Club Play used to have them pop-ups and shit. Like, you really could eat out here. You really could support without starving if you really be honest with yourself. Like, you don't have to dim nobody light for yours to ever shine.
And that's how you lose a lot of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because people see that. People see that weird energy that you put off. So, in some more drama, Shakari Richardson is a track athlete, a track athletic, a track athlete. Child, this little Cosmitos is just doing it.
Girl.
And she was actually scheduled to perform at the Olympics, but she is now out on a month leave after testing positive for marijuana. The leave makes her unable to compete in the Olympics, and so many people have been talking about potentially boycotting the Olympics. A lot of people have been talking about, the fact that Michael Phelps had smoked marijuana and he still was able to compete. So there's been a lot of talking. A lot of people have really just been kind of basing it around her being the Black woman. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I kind of agree with Joe Biden in the sense where he said rules are the rules. You know the rules before you enter. You go to school, they say if you fight, you get what? 10 days, right? So if I decide to go to school today, if I fight, I'm accepting that I'll get 10 days.
Yeah.
So in my professional, logical sense, it's not fair, but understand why. Boycotting, I think boycotting it wouldn't be as effective because Black people ain't never really cared too much about the Olympics. Like, we not watching the motherfucking Olympics. Only time you motherfuckers got excited about the Olympics when y'all thought it was coming to Chicago, and that didn't happen. So to me, if I feel the same way. Like if he can swim, let her run. I get that, but when have we ever been equal? Why are we trying to get justice from laws that were never made for us? So if y'all are gonna boycott, how many of us gonna show up? Like how many people really genuinely care? So that's kind of where I feel about that. But I think it's wrong as hell. Like, come on, some weed. Like you said, like they've been saying, it's legal in so many states that you wouldn't think that it would still be a requirement. But what should have happened was when Michael Phelps started doing it, they should have changed those rules around. Because they could have known that this would have came up. Also, her weed smoking ass could have got some pee at this point. Like, because I mean, that was.
So I thought the same thing. No, they pulled hair.
Oh, they did hair. Okay. I was about to say, but they got a shampoo. Like, she got too much money. I feel like it was so many. I was taught it's ways around everything. You just gotta find it, baby. It was like, to me, it seemed like we were applauding this girl. She looked like us. Got a wig. She got the lashes. Like, we loving that part of it. But we got to be for real. She was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know that your job, like, if you can't go to your job high if you work at a clinic that they tested everybody else with. Like, you know, it's certain rules or something you gotta like adhere to, and you can't just say now that they found it, I'm a Black woman, so change the rules. They should have been changed the rules. That way we wouldn't have had to run into this, but the rules never been for us. It's 30, auntie. Girl, my auntie trying to see how much these hats are. Hey, auntie Tracy. They 30.
I'm through with the sale.
They 30 and they come in multiple colors.
Yes. Okay. You better watch that.
But yeah, I just feel like my grandmother always used to say the law is for the lawless. So I felt that statement like, if you have rules, adhere to them. Especially if you want something. Like if I want something bad enough, like and they say, all right, well, you can't drink. I can't drink. I want something bad enough. Oh, you can't smoke. I can't smoke until my celebratory I done got at night. When I'm gonna have everybody come out, we're gonna get fucked. You know, I'm gonna get drunk, we're gonna get high because now I'm in the clear. So especially at such an important time for not only you, because if everybody has your back now, you got to think about it. We always rooting for you before that because we knew what they was talking about. So if you're not following rules for yourself, at least do it for us because we care about you. We here for you. We rooting for you. We want you to do it. We love when our people break barriers and do shit.
Okay.
All right, cool. You know, so I just look at it like that.
I think too, for me, I definitely think rules at this point, rules need to be adjusted, changed, especially with like so many of the trans community being able to participate in cross-gender games. Like there are trans women that are now being able to compete in women athletics and trans.
They're going to change the rules faster for gays before Blacks. And that's That's the big thing. Like that's stressful, but if we thinking about it and being honest, we notice that when that LGBTQGYA ABCDEF, whenever that shit happened, and I'm not knocking them because I have my own preference and that ain't nobody's business. But at the end of the day, when that community began to rally up, they made a change. They stuck together. They did something.
But they
then when they did it, mind you, we did it too. But when they did it, laws changed for their favor. You know, we did it too. When Black people started protesting, what happened? They let us vote. So it's almost like we have to trust the process. Like if she was the sacrifice for them to fix the rules, change the rules, you made yourself that because you chose to get high. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And not knocking it at all. You know, I smoke like a chimney. So at the end of the day, I don't judge her. I'm upset that it happened to her like it happened. I feel like they should have, especially with so much going on, I feel like it should have been a little bit, even if I'm begging for leniency, I feel like they should have went that way. But I don't think it's right.
Especially, weed is not a drug that will enhance your athletic ability at all.
Trust me, I know, because getting up them stairs after you guys, it'll probably be a whole trip. So imagine running, you know what I'm saying? So you know she wasn't doing it to run. It wasn't a steroid. You know, they talking about her fingernails on Twitter, talking about her fingernails are very long. That's a side effect of a steroid.
Yeah.
So he on Black Twitter, like, if you know anything about Black women, we gonna get our nails done. And that's all she did was got her nails done, you know, but they are trying to look at other factors to diminish her character, to make her not, you know what I'm saying? That woman ain't did nothing but run, y'all. If y'all didn't want her to win, I could have said that. But if it's really about the weed, I get it. If it's about the weed, then I get it. But if it's about some whole other shit, I don't like that.
Yeah. So, in some more drama, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Bill Cosby situation. So as we know, he has been released from prison, and Felicia Rashad is now going, she's going under a training because she is the Dean of Arts at Howard University. So now they are putting her under a sexual assault training. Based on her comment she posted on Twitter in what seemed like support for Bill Cosby. So I wanted to get just a little bit of your thought on the whole situation.
I feel like her opinion was a character opinion. I don't ever feel like she was saying it to attack anyone's character, attack the survivors, you know, to make fun of their situation or to little their situation. I feel like she understands. She's a very intelligent woman. That's why we loved her and Bill Cosby our entire lives. They are intelligent human beings. Way before that show, we watched them on that show, and then when we looked in the media and we saw them, they never were bad influences until you know. So now I feel like I don't think that they should hold her to that. I don't feel like she should have to do it. And I feel like if they feel that way about her and they want to let her go and stuff, I'm with them other people that was like, give her money back. You made all these $1 million donations to this place that now wants to put you in a box because you have an opinion. No way. You take your money and you go about your business.
I think too, for me,
that is not your fight.
Yeah.
And the world's so sensitive, we can't say nothing. Like, that's one thing that's sad, but I feel like if I was ever to be a celebrity, I need a real good PR person because I'll be saying exactly like because why is that wrong? I was on TV with this man all these years. I have a character opinion. I have a character opinion. That's like y'all saying Gina was wrong because what she said about what Martin was doing to her at the end of that shit. So, you know, I just look at it like, y'all, it's just, what is this really about? What's the deeper picture, the bigger picture? Y'all I think a lot of times, give her money back, fire her. She gonna be all right. Wasn't she just on Empire?
Yeah.
Wasn't she just on a fall from grace? Like, she gonna be okay. Like, girl.
I think a lot of times too, people looked at that as like her saying she never spoke on the stories of these women or on the allegations of these women. She spoke solely to the person she knew. I think a lot of times it's so distracted on the fact of, well, it's all in the news media and all these women 50 years later are coming up with all of these allegations. But that's just like if somebody say something about my brother. I'm not gonna say nothing about because I don't know what he done did with you. I don't know.
But I know my brother. I love my brother. Period.
You know,
and that's what it really came off as. The media just it makes things so messy when it really could have just been like, oh, my dog got a jail shit. We worked here. She probably seen firsthand a lot of shit too. She probably seen, because you know Bill Cosby, it was taped in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
So you know how they see people coming in and out of the backstage. Like, you don't know if she had prior knowledge to how these women were throwing it. We don't know what she knows, but what she knew was that this man's character, I'm happy that he's out of jail. He shouldn't be there. And that's just how I feel like it should have never been blown up that fast and that hard. Like, get up off that lady.
And you hit a good point, because I think a lot of times we forget, because we think that, that happened so many thousands of years ago. But we forget at like All-Star Weekend was here not too long ago in Chicago. And I'm gonna be honest, I was single then. I was at all the hotel rooms trying to figure out
well,
where they at. Maybe I had took my prenatal vitamins, because I said I'm pumping somebody out. The thing, prenatal vitamins was on point. What? I'm popping them. What? Ain't no plan B over here. Okay? And I'm gonna sit on it.
And you wasn't wrong at all, sis. You wasn't wrong at all.
Baby, I was gonna hold it up. Well, who team you play for? I was gonna ask first.
Right. And you would have been wrong. But if you would have been in the wrong spot, your coat would have got stolen.
Yeah, because they were still in coat. But that's why I ain't come with one. I was chilly as hell, holding my heels in the snow. They were chilly as hell. They don't all this ass. So yeah, okay. But I was waiting, huh? You play for who? The Mavericks? No, what's your name? Okay, let me do it. Okay. Oh, you make. Oh, you know what? Girl, I better slip them in my own drink. I'm ready, okay? Maybe hot and ready like Little Caesar's Pizza. What you said? Where's your room? Because I got one in here too. Mm-hmm.
You need a key to get up on that floor. I need a key. You gotta be on that. You need a key to get on that floor, because that's what I need a key. I'll come down and get
me and my friends was, girl, we was splitting room costs. Okay, you catch one. We all just on this room is about $1,000 a night.
I'm mad I wasn't in that group chat.
Okay, we may sleep on the floor, but we in this bitch. Okay, we just need to be in the building. Okay, we just need to be in the building, because if we see one walk down the hallway, whichever one he likes, do it for the team, girl.
Okay, put us all on.
We all gonna get paid on this one.
But no, yeah,
that's we was all waxed and waxed.
Okay. And y'all wasn't wrong at all.
Yeah, and so I think that like just that same thought process of how we are today, that didn't change. That's how they work.
Ain't nothing new under the sun. They saw money and did what they did.
Yeah. And so Judge Joe Brown is another one that has come under fire with a lot of his comments, because he said that he was there. But I see both sides with how he said it, because Judge Joe Brown is somebody that people hold very high, because he's a judge of law. But he said that Bimbos was snorting coke and drinking, and they were going to the bedrooms and to the closets and giving fellatio, and you go into a room, they'll be on top of a man doing what it is that they do. And so I think his comments were definitely harsh in his delivery, but we've always known him to be harsh. Mm-hmm. He
wasn't nice on TV. He wasn't nice on TV.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't nice on TV.
Look, I'm glad when I was on Judge Mathis, my ex took Judge Mathis, because if he would have took Judge Judy or Judge Joe Brown, baby, I'd have been out of there.
Yeah, because Judge Mathis got a mouth too.
Judge Judy, what? Look, Judge Judy found her husband cheating on her a long time ago. You can look this story up. That lady went and got her man. Come on, because what the fuck is you doing in there? Let's go. Judge Judy I swear I read that story about a few years ago. Like, no, she did. But she looked like a spicy little lady. Like, they say she went and got her man. Well, where he going? Back home with me? Oh, okay. Pop the trunk, put your bag in there. Let's go. I said, let's go. What's she waiting at the door for? You not coming back inside? I go get your stuff. Like, really, like, Debo'd her man back. Like, who take me to court, but don't take me to Judge Judy or Judge Joe Brown. Because y'all want to go to them.
Man, since you're speaking about that, so Wendy Williams recently talked a bit about her situation with her ex-husband. And as we know, he did her like niggas do. He had her, you know, he had his new girl driving the car that Wendy bought to him. She had got pregnant. And so she had put the girl in her Hot Topics on her show. Mm-hmm. She had put the baby mother on the Hot Topics of her show just recently this week. And so many people were talking about her and talking about, like, you know, how those cheating allegations that she tried to keep on her show were actually true and now the babies are almost free. How do you feel about that?
I feel like karma is everything. You created a life where you destroyed others. Whether you destroy them off of their truths or your opinion or you reporting it or whatever, you destroyed lives. So when your shit got fucked up, you be all right, sir.
Yeah.
Sir. Respectfully, sir. Because if I see that big lady, I'm going to call him a man.
Not
I just personally, I don't honor the way she carry herself. She, whatever it is. That's a large woman if it is a woman. But I don't honor the way you carry yourself. I don't honor that if I'm going through something and I'm sitting here going through it, and then Ike pull up a podcast and she like, well, she done cheated on all her men, so whatever happened to her happened. Like, you're taking somebody's pain, broadcasting it, and ruining lives. And then when yours get upturned, you want us all to be on your side. No, you probably was at home getting on that man's nerve. You probably was not able to provide internally what that man needed. Yeah. You now that shit over with. Now you coming out, oh, I used to kick it with Method Man. I used to kick it with Lamar. I used to so when was you doing
that? You was about
your husband a cheater with a baby. So when was you doing all this? And like, how can you have such a negative opinion on so many black women being black women?
Oh,
or even men, because I really question that whole, you know. But at the end of the day, I just feel like you have really affected a lot of people's lives, man. When what was the one Whitney Houston cussed her ass out on the radio? That's when you knew that people's homes and lives were being affected by what you going back saying, because this lady was about to beat your ass. She was about to get on that with you. Like, Wendy, what about when you was doing coke? Oh, we ain't gonna talk about that, but you want to talk about what I you know, and in that interview, like, the passion behind Whitney anger was real. It was real natural, because we don't like that. Like, I don't honor nobody. For one, I'm not gonna see you going through something and be like, well, that's what she get, because karma a motherfucker. And I done hurt some people, and when I got hurt back, I was in the bed damn near about to die, and that was my karma. Yeah, that was my karma. I deserved whatever, you know, and that's why you have to try to be a good person. If you went through that, even after that situation, why didn't your mindset change to where you wanted to, you know, pour out light and love and, you know, peace into people and take their situations and be like, okay, if she was the type of reporter, be like, all right, we see that this person is dealing with this. What we gonna do is make sure she, y'all, if y'all got the platform, go ahead and send love to her, send heart. You know, instead it's like, well, Erica Mena getting divorced again by somebody. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. You just went through a divorce and you exploiting another one? What type of human being are you? Like, what type of human being are you? I just don't fuck with Wendell at all, though.
Not Wendell.
If I saw him in person, I'd be like it was a motherfucking Rottweiler on the loose. I'd be like, that big ass lady, man, you got me fucked up.
I think so. For me, even like someone that,
like, how is that entertainment? It's not positive at all. At all.
Being someone that prides myself on like being a journalist, and I'm messy, I talk, we joke and stuff, but at the end of the day, my platform is always a platform to speak about uplifting us as a people, rather that be men, rather that be women, rather that be people are part of the LGBTQI community. But, I talk about therapy, I talk about real shit, okay? And a lot of times, even like people laugh at me on how I even started this. I started this talking about body count because I realized that I had sent to my girlfriend. I got a girl group chat with my girlfriends, and I was like, how many people, just randomly, like, how many people y'all slept with? Everybody was like 4, 3, shit, 2. And I'm like, well, shit, I ain't losing my virginity 22. And God damn it, I'm counting on toes and fingers and walls and shit like that. You bitches been fucking since 16, so somebody's lying.
Okay.
Somebody's telling.
But wait, did you get him a time frame? Like, how many have y'all slept with in the last?
No, I said your whole full body count.
Oh, baby, they gonna lie.
Yeah.
They gonna lie for sure. I know they gonna lie.
So I sent them my list because what I did is I made a list and I rated them. I rated them with emojis.
I hate you for that.
Yeah, I don't got no shame in my game. I don't give a damn. And so what I did is
men by emojis.
Yeah, because I want to make sure this is when I was. I want to make sure I call them niggas again. I may get a little lonely one time and late in the midnight hour, and they may hit me up like, hey, big kid, and shit. I may have had a little cocktail. I may be like, slap, and then forgot that it was weak the first time I had it.
Absolutely.
So, I had to rate it. So now, I'm taking. But back when I was single, if I get hit up, I go to my list and I look and see what that was right before I can know. Because I'd be like,
So what you be like, number 22? That's a sad face emoji.
Huh?
Number 22, that's the sad face emoji. I can't go back that route.
No.
That's horrible.
I had some stuff, like some they just big, but it wasn't doing nothing. Leave him alone.
And that just be the worst, because why God give you that? And then I can't say that because God gave me this big old butt and I cannot dance if you paid me. I went to 2 dance classes. I didn't went to Cookies, try to do a little sexy little strip pole, and then I used to deal with somebody that was a choreographer, so I tried to go to his class. I really only wanted to see if he was fucking on them girls. But when I went, I'm in there I don't got none of that. I'm like, why I get a butt then? So maybe they just didn't know. They got all this merchandise.
I can't do too much dancing either.
Yeah.
But I know what to do
with it, rock with it all night though.
It looked good, but I know when it's time to get it done, I know how to get it.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. It's a whole different vibe too. So like people be trying to act like people who know I can't dance. I'm and you know what you know. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yes.
Daryl D with the motherfucking T
in the building. That is one of my fellow podcasters. What's up, nobody but Baby D. But I think that when I started this platform and I started talking about that, I sent them that list. Instantly, they came back. This was like, yeah, girl, I'm in the such and such, or girl, my list long as government cheese line. And what that did is that built a community. And I think a lot of times what Wendy misses in her platform is, yeah, I'm going to talk about the situation, but I'm going to also talk about the situation, because we done all been through some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about how I done went through it. And shit, some niggas, because mothers will always say, ain't no nigga never got me, and ain't no nigga, shit, I done got scammed by some niggas. And these Chicago niggas are city slickers. Now, what I've learned in being scammed, I'm leaving my purse around. A bitch always takes her wallet. I gotta go to the bathroom and tinker at the smoke session. My wallet is going to be on my hip. Now my purse, so you feel like comfortable. But bitch, you may go through and I may got a little cash, and I won't be missing $25. But situations teach you how to be different, and I think a lot of times Wendy misses the point of if you're going to be on that type of platform, you have to also talk about the shit that you done been through and how you are.
Because your experience makes you who you are. It gives you a right to make us want to listen to you. It gives us interest. Like, oh man, this girl done got it out the mud. Now I want to listen to her rap. Or this guy, he done came from nothing. Now he got the art business. You know, the one guy everybody's posting. Like, if you know somebody's story, it almost make it more interesting. And then you're not, and they are relating to their story. They're not just, you know, not thinking about it. They're relating to it. They're saying, all right, I understand. I understand what happens or whatever, because I went through this. Now I'm gonna say, because I throw some shade quick, but I also take my side to where you understand. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the LGBTQ plus F, whatever they got going on. But at the end of the day, because I have my own preference, I can't knock anybody else if I like what I like. So I don't knock you. I may have a problem with certain things you do or certain things, certain ways the movement went or how people reacted to certain things. That's my opinion. But to just like constantly just down and be negative and just be a bad person, like you are a shitty human being. Like she really is a shitty human being. Like, wow. Like, damn, like you really that horrible as a person that you take all that and just, so I mean, use your platform for what it's supposed to be for. Like, appreciate your people. Yeah. Love your people and their mistakes. Our parents made hella mistakes for us. And what you gonna do when you see your mama and your daddy? You gonna love and hug them because it not gonna be like, well, yeah, y'all mamas wasn't shit. So you know, like, I mean, I see mamas all on the internet and I'm like, yeah, my mama wouldn't do that, but I ain't a mom, so who am I to have that type of opinion? Exactly. Who am I to get on here and blast someone for how they doing things with their kid if I don't even have that experience? Who am I? Yeah. Who am I to talk about your husband leaving you for another woman and having kids and doing you like that when I went through the same thing? So now you just look stupid. Now you just look like a big idiot. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Taa, I want to thank you for coming on the platform tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Tell everybody where they can find Social Owl, where they can find you on all your social media platforms, and how they can purchase.
Yeah, so OG Taa, that's where you're gonna be able to DM me to purchase things, and then on Facebook it's Taa Smothers, T-A Smothers, S Smothers. So either way, DM me until the website is fully up. And if you follow, you should just definitely follow the page, check my highlight. The website will be up, like I said, very soon. Like I said, that's the first priority for me right now. And once that is up, it'll be just a little bit different. But for now, I am very responsive to my DMs, unless you're trying to talk to me and trying to use the love. I want a shirt just to get my number, the link. That's when we're going to have a problem. So please hear me on that. Please do not do that. You will be blocked. My block list is as long as Halsted. And if you're from Chicago, you know Halsted go from the 200s down to the west side. So don't play with me. You're going to be right on that list. But yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very professional, very friendly, very cordial. Like I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If I don't have your size, I'll let you know what's coming. Just DM me for now and follow me so you'll have all the upcoming information. Like I said, on the website, the fall release that I'm very excited about, the winter stuff, like everything is going to be, previewed there.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on the show. Hopefully we can do this again in person.
Yes. Because your Casamigos bottle empty, and we could have been all night.
Yes, girl, we would have been too lit. Girl.
But yeah, definitely. Whatever. I appreciate it. I had a great time.
Thank you.
This is my first time doing this. So I was like, oh my God, I'm kind of nervous. And then I'm like, but yes, thank you so much.
Y'all already know, tune into the Library Podcast every Thursday at 8:55 p.m. Central Time. It's lit. Love y'all. Good night.
Night.
Night.